Welcome back to Theme Park Bros. My name is Austin,
And I am Braden.
and we're missing Cam and A-Dog tonight. Cam working. A-Dog, I think, is going to get a little tipsy. Who knows? I think he had a few too many at Epcot today.
Yeah, we see where his heart lies.
I do. I mean, he does rate a lot of the drinks that he posts on his story, so kind of curious how accurate those are, if they're even good ratings. But
Or you know what he could do? He could post those on our story. You know?
oh, look at that.
Park,
We're thinking. I'll have to get him to log in, and he could go live. He could go live too. That's always an option.
Exactly.
But wow, episode 9 season finale next week, and then maybe a bonus episode if I'm down there. Who knows?
Maybe we'll see. Maybe some end credit scenes like
Some
WandaVision.
end credits. Yeah. Ooh. We'll see. We gotta find out. So tune in for that. Let's see. We'll be able to take our first group photo for our anything we want to use it for Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, that's coming up soon.
It's coming up a few weeks. Let's see here. But yes, thank you guys for tuning in again. We always say that this season went by just like that. I think it's just because we had a really strong system compared to last time in a just kind of how we handled things better this year or this time. So yeah. I think we definitely tackled this a lot better, and there's always room for improvement. So once again, just thank you guys for all the support, following, liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing on all of our social platforms. I know we have a lot of people that usually tend to like and comment on Facebook and YouTube. I want to say it's Janie Stricker. I could be pronouncing your YouTube username wrong, but I know you are always one to comment on our right when our videos debut. So that's awesome. Thank you for that. We did reach 500 followers on Facebook, and then we're close to 500 likes on our page. So look at that. Numbers. It started at 0, now we're there. So, and then yeah, thank you guys so much for the all that support. We do greatly appreciate it.
For those that haven't watched the last couple videos of ours, we have started a Patreon account. Once again, what a Patreon account is, it basically allows our viewers, subscribers, basically anybody that watches our videos, likes our content, they're able to help contribute to our channel in ways that we wouldn't normally be able to do so ourselves. So you are able to donate on a monthly basis to our channel, to our page. And then depending on how much you're able to donate to, there are several different tiers. And the higher up you go, actually, the more incentives you get. So we're slowly starting to add stuff to our Patreon just because we started it only a couple weeks ago. So we don't have too much content on there right now, but you'll start seeing, some deleted scenes, some Patreon only content. You'll get first dibs at merchandise. You'll get giveaways for merchandise. So we've already ordered a couple of things, just waiting on it.
A lot of that will probably pop up too once our season wraps too. A lot of that will probably pop up as well, just because we all don't have all the time in the world too. So this is kind of like a little side gig in a way. So
yeah,
we do what we can.
And all that money goes right back into the channel. Yep. Whether it's helping us, like I mentioned before, for equipment, whether it's going out to the parks and ordering specific foods, trying different hotels, things like that. Like, we're willing to make this channel as best as we can to make it a great channel for you guys. And that's what it's all about. Like, we genuinely care about you guys and giving you the best content possible. So
exactly.
And with that,
into the news. All right. So first thing I like to say, Bob Chapek announced that the Disney College program will be coming back.
Woo!
Finally, I know a lot of people. I know there was one of our viewers asked to talk about this, and this is kind of the perfect way to tie that in. They said as I think kind of towards end of 2021, which is around usually when a program usually starts. Because I came in January. I'm guessing you probably came around January time too, didn't you?
No, I did the fall of 2017
Oh,
program.
fall. I forgot.
So
Yeah, fall.
I started in August.
I forgot there's the fall program too as well.
Mhm.
So that is awesome news to hear. It's just as you find out as we talk about more things, a lot of things have just been good news for parks all around the world. So
Yeah, everything
Disney
is
College program.
slowly trickling in. You know,
Mhm.
it's starting to turn up and look better, and the world is slowly becoming back what it
Spinning.
used to be.
It's spinning just like the Universal logo. It's just gonna spin a
It
little
spins
bit.
at that pace too. Mhm.
But no, awesome that the DCP's back. I actually thought about today. Wish I could go back, but
Hey, that's where we all started, and
That's
we
where we all
wouldn't be here,
started.
honestly, without
Exactly.
it. So
We wouldn't.
shout out to DCP.
Exactly. DCP builds those friendships and those networks. We'll start off with Disneyland. You know,
Yeah, Disneyland's that's a hot topic this week.
it is.
That's a hot topic.
Last week it was kind of leaning into it, and now we're there. You know,
we're there. So yeah, last week they teased a little bit about Disneyland reopening in April, and Bob Chapek also came out with a statement now saying that cast members will be coming back at the beginning of April to start training to get ready for park preparation, and then at the end of April is when they're looking at reopening Disneyland. So
the whole 10,000 cast members coming back.
10,000. That's a lot.
That's like my hometown. Maybe a little smaller. That's like a small town size. Right?
That's a little bigger than my hometown.
That's crazy. That's crazy. 10,000. But no.
But yeah,
awesome.
It's been over a year for them. So shout out to them that stuck to it. You know, it has not been easy, I'm sure. Like even for myself, like I was furloughed for 8-9 months before I unfortunately got laid off, and that was tough. So being on furlough for 12 months, I can't imagine.
They hung tight with it, and I mean they'll be fine, and they'll get everything ready. And I trust. I mean it's going to be limited capacities. I think 15% capacity, which is not that much if you think about it, but it's. I mean that's kind of. I mean I think Disney World started off at like 20-25% capacity when they opened up.
25, and then they upped it to 30, and then to 35 is what it's at now.
But I think now kind of Florida restrictions are kind of like you can do almost what you want in a way, because I don't think they have too much down there now with some of the new orders. But and I think I did see. I'm not sure if this was a rumor. I kind of saw it somewhere. I don't know if there was an article, or if it was just clickbait, but how it could be mainly targeted just for California residents that could come to the park. I'm not sure if you know any more updates or if you know anything about that, but I know we did kind of discuss about that in some of our past episodes, how it could mostly be California residents.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just a way they're trying to deter other people from trying to get tickets for when they do open, or if it's something they're actually going to look into. Luckily, Jacqueline, my girlfriend, still has her California ID. So, and she also has her parents that live there. So in the case that they do drop tickets, So
I don't know if it's just the California resident has to be the one to make reservations, and they can bring whoever they want. I don't think there's strict check IDs when you come to the park.
From what I heard, like when you're checking out online, they're saying that your billing address has to be a California address.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So you just have to know somebody that lives in California.
I know I have some family out there. I'm sad.
Yeah, about that too. The dining reservations went live today on the 11th for California Adventure for those that have Touch of Disney tickets, and oh my God, was that a roller coaster? Let me tell you.
I heard, yeah, you said, I think your story, 4 hours.
4 hours. I waited 4 hours. I had my laptop out, and then I had my phone out here. I literally had my phone sitting in front of me for 4 hours watching the same screen, and it would like refresh itself every like minute and a half. And I was using my laptop then to like actually do things, or watching TV in the meantime. But oh my God, it felt like it was never ending. And then finally, after like 4 hours, my phone refreshed out of nowhere, and I quickly I scrolled and I grabbed a Lamplight Lounge for 4 people reservation, and I got it all the way through, and I got it.
Oh wow! So you waited longer in that than the actual Touch of Disney event.
Yeah, it was tougher to get a dining reservation than to get the Touch of Disney tickets. Like, how does that make any sense? Shouldn't it have been the other way around?
I guess that makes sense. But if you think about it, I mean, there's not that much space within they're probably having a lot of like spaced out seating, and
so that that's the only thing where like, okay,
It
for the
makes-
Touch of Disney tickets, there's only 15% capacity, right?
Yeah.
So then the actual restaurant, that's also probably going to have 15% capacity of that 15%.
Yep.
So
So
you have to
it's
keep
gonna
that
be
in
very,
mind.
very select. And what time's your reservation for?
We got 1:30, so
That's
that's
a
what
good
we're
time.
looking at. So that
That's a
way
good
we can get a
time.
couple snacks in the morning, then eat some lobster nachos, which
Ooh, that
are
sounds
the
good.
greatest things.
See, I haven't been to Disneyland since it was still what's it called, Paradise Pier. So I mean, I've seen pictures of Lamplight Lounge. Looks cool, looks nice and modern, and looks slick. So you guys will have a fun time. And a QR code probably, is that what they're saying? Like at your table, like a QR code for.
Well, they're probably going to do the same thing like they do at Disney World, where you have to scan the QR code for your menu. But what they're also implementing is possibly a walk-up way of getting reservations too. So like how there's some restaurants here in Disney World property right now that you don't have to have a reservation for. You can do a walk-up. And so what it is you scan the QR code at the front of the restaurant, and it gives you a time to come back. So they'll probably implement something like that, but only for a couple people, at a time, because obviously they're not going to have very many tables open at once. But so it looks like people that didn't get a reservation still have another chance. How much of a chance? Who knows? But it's something.
And then I think kind of the last major thing for Disneyland is that they announced that Avengers Campus won't be opening when they reopen, but that kind of like makes you think like, if there's speculation going around, like could they open when they reopen it? You think they're pretty much done then with a lot of it, then to be even considered about reopening or opening with it.
Right.
So, and then the Spider-Man ride, the Web Slingers Spider-Man Adventure, I think is what it's called. They installed plexiglass in there. I think they did it. They just did a little preview look at it, and there's a height requirement. So we'll see if Cam can be able to ride.
Well, Cam, if you're watching this,
yep.
I believe start eating your Wheaties.
Stuff the shoes. We're moving on to Universal Studios. So in tying up with Disneyland, all of Southern California is actually looking really good right now. So Universal Studios Hollywood is also expecting to open kind of maybe around Disneyland's opening time frame of late April or early May, around there. So that's good news from there. I'm not sure, and actually the when you guys will hear this, it'll be already out, but the Taste of Hollywood, Universal Hollywood, will be starting March 12th, similar to Touch of Disney, and they're also going to have a lot of I think exclusive offers. And they did send out an email recently to Universal pass holders for Hollywood saying that they're excited for people to come back. Just kind of letting them
very
know.
curious to see like what they even offer other than just typical like park food. Like at least how Disney's doing it is they're having like a festival kind of incorporated into it. But Universal, I don't know what they're doing. And I
don't know. I know they said like over 75 type food. I mean, you've seen what they've done with like Mardi Gras and stuff, so maybe there's just a lot of stuff that they have over there, and maybe they'll bring some stuff from Universal. I don't know, but it's been a while since I've been to Hollywood Universal, so I don't know what they have for food or what they even have for options there. So we'll see. I don't know if it's going to be anything as unique as Disney, but we'll see when we find out more about that. Horror Nights is coming back. We already talked about this. It's kind of how we were last time. Just but Horror Nights will be coming back, and that's awesome to hear. Ever since our last episode, or the episode about that, there hasn't really been too much, I think, of it information, but just like to reiterate that it'll be coming back for its 30th anniversary, and I guess 30th or Halloween Horror Nights, not really anniversary since they kind of had a year off, but 30th Horror Nights.
Yeah, and awesome. I mean they slowly release information for that, like even when like COVID wasn't a thing and they were coming out with information for Horror Nights, like it was always like one thing every like few weeks. It was like a minor detail. It could have been like a scare zone. It could have been a house. It could have just been a random theme, or tickets. Like tickets aren't even going to be coming out for another like 2-3 months.
Yep.
And that's before you even know what houses and scare zones are going to be there. So they're very good at their marketing and keeping people on their toes. Yep. And we're very, very excited to see what they're going to have this year.
I kind of hope they keep some of the houses that they had lined up. I think for the last years. I think that they had a Haunting of Hill House plan, which would be, I don't know if you've ever seen the Netflix series, but it's a pretty good show. That would definitely scare me. They had a Billie Eilish house, which I could maybe see something being creeped, because there's I know there's artwork where she has white eyes, and I don't know, but we'll see how that goes. And then a Gremlins house, which I think would be fun. But yeah, Universal members riding Velocicoaster, I think, these last few days.
And that's kind of early.
It is early.
Open for what, 3 more months? Is it?
I don't know if they have.
Is it June?
I think they just said. I think they just said summer 2021. But I from our earliest episodes, I predicted sometime in June, June 12th. I think is what I predicted. So I still think
that's 3 months early.
Yeah, and they already have people riding it and everything. I think it's going to come earlier than people pretty early than what people would normally think about.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw they added more raptors. I feel like every time there's raptors everywhere in that area.
More raptors.
Raptor there. Just throw one over and Zeus landing.
Look under your seat. There's a raptor.
There's more merchandise. I saw there's phone covers. There's shirts. There's water. I think Universal exclusive mugs for the parks, the Pepsi refill mugs. They got those. Mardi Gras extended to April 11th, which is good, but I was also kind of oh man, that means it's going to still be busy, more busy than I had hoped when I'm down there, because I know it's going to be busy because Disney is pretty much blocked out for all of spring break, and I know Universal's also going to be busy. So Universal, I saw when I'm down there, it's going to be open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. So that's a long day. I'm excited for that, because I'll be able to possibly maybe even do Hagrid's twice.
That's saying something.
I mean,
better
virtual line, and then I know people there, so hopefully. We also gotta do some competitions with Men in Black, so I'm still holding to that 400K. I gotta get that 400K.
It ain't easy.
It ain't easy. So Popeye's Bilge Barges is reopening, or they did reopen. I'm excited. I like that ride. Rip Red Rocket. Fun. It is fun, especially.
It is such an underrated ride, especially for their friends or family. And
especially going on a really hot day, it's definitely worth it. It's a good way to cool off. I do like that. I think I feel like Toon Lagoon is kind of underrated in a way. I love that area, especially at night. Ooh. It's great at night, all the lights and stuff. And then Rip Red Rocket is expecting some maintenance. I see that they closed, I think, these last couple of days, but I'm not sure if they're back up and running. Just probably some maintenance issues. And then the last main thing for Universal is Super Mario World has just released when they're opening up. It's March 18th for Universal Japan. Actually right around Mario Day, which was yesterday. Super Mario Day, which is March 10th.
They missed that opportunity.
I know. And it's MAR 10. That's why it says Mario March.
Oh snap! That makes sense.
I saw that someone posted on their story, or maybe it's Universal, or one of the two. Then kind of moving over to Walt Disney World. Woo! WDW releasing a lot of stuff too.
Oh yes.
The Ratatouille ride opening October 1st, the 5th for the. At first I was like, why are they opening so late? It's I thought they have it all down, but then again, 50th anniversary is starting around then too, so that makes sense.
It just gives them a chance, so that way people are going to want to go to Epcot as well during the 50th, because everybody and their mom is going to try to go to Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
So
the castle, and I saw that I think park reservations are booked for October 1st as well.
Really?
I think just because of Ratatouille.
The only way you can get that too is if you have a park ticket. You can't even be an annual pass holder, so you have to have a park ticket.
I don't know if that's if I was a big time vlogger, if I had a channel devoted to to parks and stuff like that. where I could go every day. But I don't know if that ride's enough to, pay your money for a park reservation for that day.
I'm sure they'll open up more as it gets closer because people have jobs, they have other things that come up.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, and by then a lot of this stuff, like a lot of the capacities could go up too. Come March time, it could be.
You'd hope in 7 months.
We would hope that it could go at least close to fully operational. So we'll see what happens there. Blizzard Beach reopened as well, kind of how Volcano Bay did. Recently they reopened up Blizzard Beach, kind of I would think is like a week later or a week after or so, give or take a few days. The Moana themed rooms at Poly actually look pretty fresh.
I was surprised.
Cool. I didn't really know what they would do. I just saw the news when they first announced it. I'm like, oh, we'll see. I mean, it'll probably be cool, but that's just kind of like a news you don't really care about. But once you see the images, it looks pretty cool. So I mean, that's good for Poly to have some retheming, kind of tie with the Disney movie. But yeah, People Mover, I guess, is having a little bit more updates. I feel like there's always an update with it.
I feel like we've been talking about this for how long now?
It's always like, oh, there's people up there, it's moving, and then it gets pushed back.
Is it really that hard of a ride to figure out? I don't get it.
It's literally just, I feel like it's just more of but I don't know what they have to refurb. And this if it's all inside work stuff, but
because the cars keep bumping into each other and they can't figure out why that's happening or how to stop it.
I mean, that never happened when I was down there, but I don't know.
You gotta come back.
Exactly. Well, People Mover, I get it. It's like a fan favorite, but I don't know. I think they said maybe April's when they planned on reopening it, but
no, that'll be October 1st.
It's gonna be it's gonna same day as Remy's Ratatouille adventure. It's gonna open up. This is something cool actually, and I'm kind of surprised they weren't doing this as of earlier. This is such a smart. Disney's gonna start using mobile ticketing to scan into the parks, which I think Universal does that. I think on your phone, when you're going to Hogwarts, you can scan your phone. I think you can have the phone in your Apple Wallet or the ticket in your Apple Wallet. And I'm pretty sure at first I was trying to think I thought Disney could add the tickets to your phone, but I think you have to end up printing them out. I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing Disney can use your phone for is to open your room at your resort. Other than that, you can't use it for fast passes. You can't use it to get into the park. So now it's cool because you're going to be able to use it for those. So I think that's just another touchless way of letting guests, get in. And I mean, they're not getting rid of Magic Bands, so it's just going to be another option available, or you can use both.
Well, it's a smart option too, but I just don't know why they didn't have that in the past. That's such a good idea. And everyone's on their phones. Everyone has a phone on them no matter what. So
I think they just wanted people to buy into the Magic Band or not touch it. But people are touching their phones, then the phone touches it. So is it really doing anything different?
No, exactly, not at all. But that's a good idea. That's smart. Good to be having that implemented in place. Mm-hmm. I saw the castles get more decorations for the 50s, little ribbons and stuff hanging on the side of the wall. They look pretty snazzy, but I don't really care too much. I'm not going to go up and just take the time out of it and go look at that. All-Star Movies is going to be reopening on March 22nd.
Heck yes.
I love that resort.
It's so good. So underrated.
It is. I feel like I mean, you get what you pay for, but the All-Star resorts aren't that bad.
No. And I mean, yes, they're overpriced for what you technically get, but you're staying at a Disney resort. You get Disney transportation.
You get early park admission.
And listen, the value resorts have some of the best theming in all of Disney, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
I
can't wait.
All-Star Sports is one of my favorites. I love the All-Star Sports Resort.
Yeah, with the whole football field and everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So cool.
I guess it's the 15th anniversary of Expedition Everest. I didn't know that. That's kind of... I didn't think it'd be 15... I didn't know it was 15 years old. They have some merchandise for it, too.
They got a cute little backpack, one of those lounge flies.
Yep. So one of my favorite rides is Turn 15. One of the best rides. I'm moving on to the foreign and miscellaneous items. I think it's March 23rd. I think is when there's a lot of the Disney stores around the world, or maybe just US, are closing March 23rd. So I mean, we touched on that last week. Sad. Do you know if Milwaukee's is going?
Honestly, no. Somehow none in Wisconsin are closing. However, in Illinois, the one in Chicago is closing. So that's kind of disappointing. The one like on the main strip.
You think Chicago, how busy of how big of a city? You'd think it'd be like the
Right.
other way around, like Milwaukee, like keep the Chicago one. And I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, so that's really disappointing. But yeah, I mean, I loved going to the Disney stores as a kid. I mean, still going into them every once in a while. Like it just brings you back.
Like I remember when I was little, whenever we would like on vacations, we'd always go to the outlet mall, and I'd always go to the Disney stores. Like, let's go. I just loved looking in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, kind of touching back. This is something I saw with Disney World, is that Disney Cruise Line is also set to sail back in fall. They hope for fall 2021. All of us guys are going to have to get on the cruise ship. That'd be awesome. That'd be fun.
But who knows? They might push it back even further. But
that's kind of a little trickier too, since it's set sail and it goes to, I mean, a Disney-owned island. But who knows what will happen there. And Universal Studios Japan has their 20th anniversary this year, and I just thought I'd add this because I saw some of their food that they have for their special, this special year. But they have some merchandise and some food items kind of dedicated to some of the classic films. And there's like this Jaws hot dog where it's like a shark-shaped maybe bun with like a hot dog coming out. And the one thing that made me laugh is like,
that's hilarious.
The one thing that made me laugh was this little it's like a basket with like ET's head in it, and like has like, looks like frosting or something to make it look like he has a hood on, and then there's like a thing coming out of the basket to like resemble his finger, and it just reminds me of like I don't know what it is. It looks like a soggy churro. I don't know. It just looks so, I'll insert photos and you have to look at it later, but it didn't look appealing. I mean, it's probably good, whatever it is, but it just didn't look like high-end quality for like a 20th anniversary.
Hey, that's more work than they put in here at Disney World, so I appreciate that.
That's true. It did. I mean, some of the other stuff did look cool, and the Jaws. At first, I thought that was coming to, like, it was coming for ours. But have you been to Universal recently, actually, or no?
No, I went one time with my buddy, and it was for the shortest amount of time because it was the first to see Mardi Gras. But then it was just so packed, so we ended up leaving like an hour in.
I can't remember. Is the Jaws shark back? I know it was like gone for a bit. That's kind of old.
Not that I've seen, at least on social media.
Okay.
I don't know if they posted it, but when I was there, they did not have it.
Well, I guess it was just kind of old news. I thought about it, but well, that's it. That's all. Being ever we're the hole in the fort down tonight with just him and I doing all the news segments.
Dos amigos.
Yep. But don't worry. We'll come back in full form for the season finale next week. Hopefully there's a lot of good stuff. Even if there's not, we'll maybe just recap and talk about kind of just this overall last season as well. Who knows? And then maybe bonus episode when I'm down there. We'll do maybe just a short little, it could be something funny. I don't know. Maybe just for something special. Doesn't have to be too news related as well. So we'll be back. So make sure to, just keep following us, subscribing, liking, and commenting, and all the other actions of communication to show support on our social media platforms, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. We got Twitter, not too much activity on there, but pretty much Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and then our Spotify accounts, as well as our newly added Patreon account. So feel free to go show all that some love. All it is 1, 2, 3, and a click for all that jazz. So any final words?
And interact with us. We love to hear. We love to hear what you guys are thinking.
Exactly.
We love to hear thoughts on our videos. So feel free to leave us a comment.
Comments, yes. Feel free to DM us if you have any questions, or if you'd like us to do anything in particular. We're always welcome for DMs and some messages. So feel free to hit
Yeah.
us up in any form of way, whether it's just a question or if you like want to see something on the show or something like that. Just let us know. We'd be glad.
Yeah.
We'd be happy to answer it or talk to you guys. So
Especially this few upcoming weeks, because as you guys know, Cam and I are going to be going to Disneyland for the Touch of Disney event. So if you guys want to see specific things there, what's open, what's not open, you know, what foods they have, drinks, things like that, like let us know. We'll be having our phones, cameras out the whole time, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Documenting different things. But yeah.
Anyway, so that being said, we are the Theme Park Bros. My name is Austin.
And I am Braden.
Peace.